What's rocking, y'all? So, healthy competition or toxic behavior? Or, I don't know, risky behavior, dangerous, unhealthy? I don't know. Feel free to chime in whenever you want. Leave a comment, tell me how you feel about it. But in the meantime, welcome to the nation, Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, the tour guide, the president. I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm out for damn floor with you if you don't follow the rules. Rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen in the nation, give us a super thanks or super chat, depending on when you're watching this. Cash app, whatever. Cash app tag gonna be in the description after the video. It's not there right now. But it'll be in the description along with the Bandcamp and the merch link and all that. The Bandcamp link is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than to hear me yap. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all still be in the comments talking about, yo, when you gonna put out some new shit? You son, come on, you talking about all this other shit over here talking about other niggas shit. When you gonna put out some new shit? And I'll be like, before you say all of that, are you sure you even got all of this stuff already put out? Click the Bandcamp link. Wild mixtapes there, all the way from nonviolent rock all the way back to Shell Shock. Yeah, is on the Bandcamp. So yeah, get involved, get it dropped. The merch link, you know what the merch link is there. You know what a merch link is. It is what it says it is. You know, get some stuff. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, when you leaving comments, aka writing on the walls here, doing your graffiti, spell the names of our dignitaries correctly. You ain't gotta write everything right. I mean, you got auto. You know, I know how. But just pay close attention to them. It's monster, not monster. It's helter skelter, not helter skelter. I mean, it's helter skelter, not helter skelters. A's and H's, no E's and R's. It's only an A in monster, no E and R. And yo, it's BCC, not BBC.
Pause.
Oh yeah, while we at it, pause protesters. Get your ass out of here. We are pause practitioners here. You know what I'm saying? We professional pause practitioners. We play the pause game profusely and proficiently, rather. Yeah, if you don't like it, go argue with your man. It's a game. It's not a phobia. It's a fun beer. Why you hate fun so much? If I said that's what your girl said, would you be alright with that? If that's cool, then why are you? Then maybe you're the one with the phobia. Anyway, as I was saying, oh yeah, and I block niggas all day. So watch this stupid shit. I will politely stop my thought to block you for saying something that I don't think. If I don't know what you're talking about, if it feel like disrespect, it's you out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
But anyway, so Memphis Bleek and Uncle Murda. I have no picks in this fight. Uh, um, like I'm cool with both of them. You know what I mean? I mean, Memphis and Bleek, Memphis Bleek and Ruck are somehow like they play cousins. They related. They have some sort of relation dating back to, you know what I'm saying? Like relativity. They something to each other. So I really rock with Uncle Murder. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on to I was put on the Uncle Murder music by a producer, this dude Cooch from the hood. Before Uncle Murder came out, I was already on his music. You know what I'm saying? So
Pause.
I got a special like relationship with his with his product. And like I said, anyway, enough of that. What's going on there? All that I'm over talking the situation. What is going on with these two? Do we think something? Does anybody? Am I the only one who thinks something? Did something go crazy? Did something go wrong while Uncle Murder was over at Rockefeller? Because y'all do remember Uncle Murder was signed to Rockefeller for a minute, right? Y'all do remember that, right? Like I mean, think about all of the people around Uncle Murder, right? Who've been beefing. Like think about it. Uncle Murder been running with 50, right? For the past few years. 50 Cent been beefing with Mano. Jim Jones and all of them. But Uncle Murda and Mano used to be tight with each other. So you never heard Uncle Murda say nothing sideways about Mano, and vice versa. Even though they homeboy, the niggas sitting right next to right next to both of them, is talking crazy about them. You know what I'm saying? They display a certain amount of, hey man, the game is the game, but my man is my man, and that's that. We ain't even gonna touch on that, right?
Pause.
But I, you know, I don't know how cool he ever was with Bleek, but he was signed to Rockefeller at some point. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Yayo, I guess maybe this all started when Tony Yayo was in interviews saying that he don't think Jay-Z look out for his homeboys the way 50 Cent look out for his homeboys. And and got clipped up. It went, people used it, edited it, or whatever. The Yayo kind of clarified it recently. He was like, what he was saying was he wasn't saying that he don't take care of them or whatever. He was like, he don't have them in rooms. Like Jay don't have them in rooms. Jay, this nigga like I done met the Princess Zamunda. This what Yayo is like. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't feel like Jay had Bleek in them in rooms like that. And Bleek, his stance has always been clearly, he don't have to. I take care of myself. I don't need to be taken care of. I don't need no doors open for me. Blah blah blah. So that was the start of the friction they've been going back and forth. Maybe it started way back before that. I mean, like, yeah, 50 Cent always, for a long time, 50 Cent, he he made it like a side job of his to prove to you that he didn't respect or he wasn't scared of nobody, and that included Jay Z. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever. Like so, Tony Yayo being 50 right hand man of sorts, he carried the same energy. I don't know why. I don't know what made Tony Yayo just bring up that topic. I don't know if somebody asked him something about Jay Z or whatever. But I guess Jay and Fifth are still competitive. Anyway, whatever. He said that, and from when he said that, a lot of nasty things were said. But most recently, I heard Memphis Bleek doing an interview. I don't remember what platform he was on, but he was talking about he would battle the whole. He'd do a versus with the whole G Unit, all of them. Right now, I think that's disrespectful. Not bad disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, yo, bro, like you can't tell me. No, listen, bro, you ain't gonna tell me you gonna fight me and my whole crew at the same time. You trying to say I can't fight? That's disrespectful. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, right? I'm making an analogy right here, right? But it's like, so I could understand how the creative side of any one of these artists from G Unit could feel offended. Like, yo, what? Hold on, Bleak, you're doing too much right now, right? I can understand them feeling that way. But the way Uncle Murda was speaking about Bleak in these clips that just surfaced yesterday or whatever, it seemed like it's something deeper than that. I'm wondering, did they have some side tension while Murda was at Rockefeller? What was it? I don't know if the punish if how they said the punishment warrant the crime warrant the punishment. You know what I'm saying? The punishment should match the crime. Now, granted, they're saying exactly punishment, and that wasn't exactly a crime, but y'all know what I mean. This is
Yeah, man, and the only Bleak verse I ever fucking like is the one that Jay-Z wrote, nigga. The only
that's harsh right there. But I'll continue.
Bleak verse I ever like is the one that Jay-Z wrote. I ain't never liked a Bleak verse that he wrote by himself.
First of all, Bleak would tell you Jay don't write his verses. He would say, if I'm not mistaken, Bleak would tell you Jay-Z wrote one verse that was the coming of age joint or whatever, blah blah blah. Maybe something else, but I don't remember the exact story. But I'm almost positive Bleak is taking credit for all the rest of his verses. So to say that to a rapper who takes his own bar work seriously, that's a high level of disrespect right there. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Understand what I'm saying? But I think Bleek has heard that before, so maybe that don't, maybe that don't surprise him. Maybe it don't offend him as bad. Bleek, I remember Bleek saying, if Jay writing my verse, how come I ain't doing all the platinums and shit? You understand what I'm saying? That's always. I mean, I heard him put that, post that argument once or twice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll continue.
Fuck out here. Because ain't no Memphis Bleek fans like that neither, nigga. Now I'm just saying back to that shit, nigga. I'm dead serious. Back to
He like, niggas ain't no Memphis Bleek fans like that. And what is Yayo was like, Yayo, who was usually going off the rails, was like, yo, you want 1,000 right now. He like, I'm just saying. And uh, more than what Uncle Murda is saying, it's the energy he got when he's saying it. You know what I'm saying? Shit do not seem playful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yay, Murda could have said all of those things. He could have said everything he said in this with just a different tone, a different expression, like a different tone of voice, a different expression on his face, and different energy, and it wouldn't have been as bad. Walk with me.
that. I'm on 1,000. I'm on 1,000, nigga. Bitcoin for Bitcoin, bank account for bank account, nigga, and business statements for business statements, nigga. And we can do it next week. And let's check the transactions. You know how you can scratch it out? So nobody wire, nobody nothing, nigga. Let's see how much money niggas really got, nigga. And check the safe.
Yeah, this feels hostile. You understand what I'm saying? Feels hostile. It don't feel competitive. I mean, granted, there is some obvious competition going on. He's talking about comparing bank accounts and all of that, but that's not. I don't know how healthy that that competition is, right? That may be competition, but is it healthy? You telling me that kind of competition is healthy? That's what y'all telling me? Pure Kodiak. Word, right? I seen it, but I was making a point. He said, Kodiak said, who's the Fidel putting Jesus and Elon in the same goddamn room? I was seeing some weird comments in here. I don't know. I guess they feel like, you know what I'm saying? The things I'm talking about is negative, so they want to remember to keep us grounded in spirituality. But not Christ, B. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no Christ ass nigga. I'm gonna just put you in timeout for a second. Just put you in a little timeout. We don't need that. But yeah, where was I? The energy. Yeah, the energy. Let me see what else he said. Hold on.
We got the safe money too. I got it safe in the crib. And I just took my kids first class flights on Disney. We was in Disney World, nigga. I do shit with the kids, nigga. You heard? It was me and two in the homie and 13 kids, nigga. Man, and the only Bleek verse I ever fucked.
Right. So I think y'all get the point I'm trying to make, right? I sincerely believe he could have said everything he said with a smile on his face. Without so much bass in his voice. I mean, the bass in the voice is something me and my homeboys say. We're like, oh, take some of that bass out your voice, B. You understand what I'm saying? But, he could have had same bass in his voice, just lower volume, and with a smile on his face. I mean, like, smile, the right energy, he could have said much worse. You understand what I'm saying? Not much worse. He could have went harder if he would have had different energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, this don't seem healthy. It do not seem like healthy competition, which brings me back to my point that I'm gonna stay on as long as y'all know me. I don't really like competition in hip hop. I don't like it. I don't think it's good for. I mean, it's good for rhymes. You get good raps, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it go to the streets, and only some of those sometimes do we hear about it. We don't hear about everything. Y'all think y'all know about all the dirt I've been involved in? You don't. You don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you think you know about all of the disagreements that I've had with rappers and close calls and all that? No, you don't. There are people who have gotten, a lot of violence and a lot of things happen. It's done for a reckoning. People want you to know. But when somebody really wants something done and they really want to get away with it, you ain't taking. No, we ain't talking about that. So you have that. People can get hurt, right? Feelings can get hurt. Niggas, baby mothers, kids. You got kids going to school. They daddy is being dragged all down the block on the internet, figuratively, not literally and figuratively. Figuratively, word was trying to kick my ass just now. 'Cause sometimes the violence get caught on camera, and if it ain't the violence caught on camera, the disrespect is all over the camera. Kids got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And the other effect, y'all goofy niggas online, if you ain't goofy, don't be offended, but you goofy niggas online are following in that, y'all following that example, thinking that's cool. You're further perpetuating the 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 process of stupid, the culture of dumb. Is further perpetuating the culture of dumb. It's like everywhere. All right, like why do all of this? Why do all of the dumb shit do the best numbers? Half of the niggas online now talking crazy, acting crazy, doing dumb shit. They don't even believe the dumb shit they doing. They don't. They just know that's what you figure that's where you're gonna get the numbers. I drew the line. I'm not doing that. Now I had to fight with myself like, maybe I should just talk about everything. Like some of this shit I don't even want to talk about. It's so trash and so stupid. I don't even want to breach the topic and waste brain cells on that. The things that I'm passionate, that my original formula is, I talk about the things that make me feel some type of way. Like if I feel some type of passion towards the topic, and this is one of them. Cause I believe all these rich niggas. Like, did y'all see that interview with Jay? There's a clip of J.R. Smith going around where he was talking about, he was having conversations with other NBA players. He's like, he was in L.A. speaking to NBA players that live in L.A. Russell Westbrook, few other dudes that's from L.A. rather, and he was like, yo, I'm not counting your pockets, but you got this, you got 100 million. Everybody else counting your pockets. You got 100 million, you got 200 million, you got 150, you got 200, and we ain't got no gym in LA. Why niggas gotta go work out at UCLA gym? You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that and more. I'm saying that and way more. When every time these niggas argue with each other, not these niggas, all of these niggas, all you niggas. Every time niggas argue with each other, the first thing y'all do is the first thing y'all run to is how broke the other one is, and how broke you not. So why don't y'all take some of that money and do something good? Like, people like the good shit too. You hear what everybody's saying about Jay-Z and Nas on stage rapping off of each other beats. Niggas love that shit. Niggas just. You calm down. All I'm saying is,
I don't like it.
you know what I mean? I like both of those brothers. You know what I mean? I don't have a close personal relationship with neither one of them. But I like them. And even if I didn't like them, I understand that they hold a position of power. I mean, you might not look, you niggas who don't understand what I'm talking about, you're powerful. 50 to 1 with your power. Or Jay-Z to 1 with your power. Shut your ass up. If that's how you feel, clearly you have never experienced power. You have never experienced influence. Cause this niggas I know just by association to me, and I ain't nowhere near 50 and Jay-Z as in regards to money, like recognition, power, all that shit, worlds away on levels to this shit. And it's niggas who are tethered to me that don't rap, they ain't no celebrity, my nigga Shucky Ducky has power. Y'all might be hearing a name like Shucky Ducky, like Shucky Ducky. Yeah, my nigga Shucky Ducky has influence. He has power through proximity. Not to say, you understand? He's a man of his own. He don't like he make his own moves, but just off of just because he's close to, he's related to us. He has certain influence. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, this seems personal. Let me. Do y'all think that something happened while Murda was over at Rockefeller that has him talking that crazy about Bleek? Cause he ain't never talk crazy about Jay. When Yayo mentioned, when Yayo be talking about, y'all niggas ain't, Tracy ain't had y'all at no parties, blah 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 blah. He ain't had y'all. Murda don't, you know what I'm saying? He don't crash out. I'm just wondering. Does anybody know? Were there any subliminal disses and records that I don't know about? Cause I don't be knowing about no subliminals. You don't say it with your chest. I don't like being outside of the inside joke. Hmm. What y'all think? Y'all missing some comments. Brownsville, you said we'll never know what we'll never know if something happened while he was signed over there. Maybe we will. Yeah, it's hip hop. See, you one of them. It's hip hop till somebody gets shot. I bet niggas thought it was hip hop when it was Tony when it was Papoose and Uncle Murder, right? Wasn't shots fired in that beef? Allegedly. You know what I'm saying, B? Let me see. I'm trying to read a couple of y'all comments, see if anything that need to be said out loud. Shout outs to Bleek is better than. Well, anyway, I think I made my point. I don't like competition in hip hop. Not no. I like battle rap. It's fire. But in battle rap, they sign up to disrespect each other and be disrespected, and they shake hands after the battle. They don't do that in this. You understand what I'm saying? You ask anybody in the world, they will tell you negativity sells. You know, people you look at the sports analysts, you hear them talk about, oh, they don't want to see the shit. They don't want to see friendly. They don't want to see everybody being friendly. Everybody's promoting whatever. I'm not gonna lie. When I if it was if a basketball game is taking place and the players fight, I'm going to watch it. I'm a rewind it. I might come and make a video about it. Whatever. Like, it's like a train wreck. You can't look away, right? But at the same time, when they play that footage of the basketball players from the opposing teams and they joking with each other, they showing love. They showing you that it ain't all of this hostility. I watch that shit with the biggest smile on my face as well, and you probably do too. Listen, man, I spread a lot of negativity in my young years. I've done like listen, I wasn't always this zenful version of myself. You know, I'm just trying to balance the scales and, and for myself and for us. Real talk. We got to do better, y'all. Anyway, I'm staying here talk y'all heads off. I've been here for damn near a half hour. Salute for all the 100s. Somebody trying to play me right now. See, I could block you for that, but it's all good. Somebody said I need to have a Spurs hat. The disrespect. Hmm. Somebody said BK dudes, especially Bville, shouldn't be battling. You know where it's going to go. I don't know, B. I mean, Math Hoffa is a BK dude. You know, and he punched a couple people in battle rap. I always felt that way. Like on my way in the game, I always felt like, yo, niggas, nigga violate, nigga diss me. It's I ain't making no songs till after I slap you. Period. Like that was how I felt, cause I was really from the streets and you know and really with the shits.com. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that was the level of ignorance that niggas was living with back then, or you know, of aggression. Yes, ignorance. I ain't gonna try to clean it up. Right. That was what it was. You know what I mean? I felt that way. I said it out loud, and you know, you know, a big part of the problem is like you think everybody's soft until you realize everybody ain't. Cause the first time we diss somebody, like a nigga ain't diss us, nigga. We felt like we had felt like somebody did some serious, somebody you know, bit an idea,
Pause.
stole an idea from us. So thievery and disrespect ain't you know, stealing an idea ain't the same as I mean, it is disrespect, but it's a different kind of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? We felt like they stole from us. We dissed them, and we had problems after that. And it was not soft. This wasn't no walk in the park for us. But anyway, salute to Yoshi 89 Facepalm. New to the channel, name's Dankster, female battle rapper. Oh word. Wanted to show some love and support the channel. Salute fam jams from Dank Dank. Salute to Dank Dank. Your name is Dankster? Alright. You familiar with the female rapper? Because there's a female battle rapper named Yoshi. What's her name? Yoshi G? That's not you, right? You ain't just changed your battle rap name, right? Well, Yoshi get busy, but if that's not you, my bad. Anyway, let me see. Let's see. Before I got Bleek wasn't in the streets that long to truly understand. Didn't expect meth for the way he. You didn't respect meth for. There will be no Method Man slander in this place. Method Man didn't do nothing to Joe Budden. That's the exact point I be trying to make. You know, Joe Budden said what he said. Meth basically was like, keep my name out your mouth, but Method Man's homeboys don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Like the dude who actually hit Joe Budden, I know him. That nigga will punch the president in the face for Method Man. I don't. He was with Raekwon, but he's Meth Boy. You know, and they all, you know, they all family as far as I understand and all of that. But nah, you disrespect me, please believe it's certain niggas that if they saw you and I wasn't there, they would punch on you. And I would tell them, son, you wasn't supposed to do that, son. You should have let me blah blah blah. If that's the case, you know, I'm not. You know, some situations deserve punching ons, but you know, I agree. Maybe that wasn't necessary, but you can't tell that to my little bros. I mean, my little bros is grown ass niggas now, but we talking about something that was over 10 years ago. So where, you know what I'm saying? Where I would have been 40, 40 something, you know, my early 40s then. When did that happen? This might have happened 15 years ago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm 40 years old, my little homies is 25, they would have punched on you. Anyway, 2005. That's 20 years ago. 21 years ago. Salute the Godfather for answering that. Salute Puerto Rico in the building. But yeah, but I mean, you know, we got mixed opinions in the room. People saying Joe brought that on himself. Somebody saying they don't respect, you know, blah blah blah. It was, you know, meth was kind of sensitive for whatever. The point is, you can't predict how nobody gonna feel, and you can't control how nobody gonna react. So when you jump out there, that's why you don't. That's why even if when you hear me speaking about people, even if I gotta say something that they might not like me saying, I try to do it respectfully, B. Because who need new cases? Who needs stitches? Extensive ecchymosis and don't nobody need that. Them is bruises. Extensive ecchymosis is bruises. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all try to y'all turning this into something. I don't care who Joe Budden was the worst remembrance for. Is that what we here for? I thought we was talking about Bleek in the mix. Come on, man. I don't like when y'all do that. But anyway, I love y'all anyway. I'm out. I've been here too long. What, I've been here for a half hour. Yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 microphones. That means type, you know, give me 4 microphone emojis in the comments. All right, I'm out. Rock on, rock gone. That's rock on, like rock on, rock on, rock on, and rock gone. Some of y'all be typing that wrong when y'all be trying to.